running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look at the mirror.
Looking for Quinn Tupaea. Back to Simon. Oh, that is
76th minute, I told myself I'm not gonna say any negative thing about this game. But thank you, Matthieu Raynal, for robbing Australia from a remarkable comeback victory. So Dave Rennie's Australian team has the hallmarks of a very good and dangerous team. The Australian forward pack was on par with New Zealand, and at sometimes it seems as if the Australian team was starting to dominate New Zealand. So quietly, James Slipper has placed himself as one of the best props currently in world rugby. I love the way how the Australians could mix it up physically, and in that respect I have to give credit to guys like Pete Samu as well as Rob Valentini. They took on the All Blacks by having those strong runs with the ball in hand, as well as their assertiveness at the breakdown. So when this Australian team, if they are on par with you in the forwards department as well as in the physicality of things and at the breakdown, you can rest assured their backline has the ability to cut any team into shreds. And here you have to look at guys like Andrew Callaway. I think he took his 2 tries brilliantly. The way he powered over the line to score his 2 tries. Korobeti was as dangerous as ever. Like Will Jordan says, that currently Korobeti is the benchmark of the wingers in world rugby. And just the overall Australian team, their dynamic, their strike runners, the way they take the ball up, the way they attack, it's beautiful to watch. What also stood out for me was the return of Bernard Foley. When you needed Bernard Foley to slot a goal from various angles, especially the ones on the touchline, he managed to kick his goals, as well as Mr. Nick White. I think the 50-meter kick that he took, the penalty, was excellent, and it was also needed for Australia at that time. I believe that this Australian team will cause some upsets within the Northern Hemisphere teams at the upcoming 2023 Rugby World Cup in France. Watch out for this Australian team. Let's look at New Zealand, at the All Blacks. So New Zealand, they were very good at the breakdown. In the previous games, especially the ones they lost against Ireland, the Springboks and Argentina, the breakdown was a huge issue for New Zealand, and you can actually recognize and see that they are working very hard at that aspect of the game. So I've got a new favorite player, and his name is Sam Taukei'aho. The guy is like, what we call Afrikaans, a billikie. Now I recognized him, I saw him in a test against the Springboks at Ellis Park, where the guy is like a pit bull. I like the way he plays, the way he takes the ball up in contact when he has the ball in hand. His ability also now at the mauls. I control the mauls, and to me, Sam Taukei'aho is on par with a guy like Malcolm Marx. So the All Blacks, they didn't actually, in my opinion, miss Adi Savia and Sharon Frizzell too much. Like I said, the All Blacks, they were very good at the breakdown. They had enough strike runners to take the ball up into contact, and I don't think they missed Adi Savia and Shannon Frizzell that much during this game. I strongly believe the All Blacks has finally found the number 10 in Richie Mo'unga. I think Richie Mo'unga, is the guy that the All Blacks have to settle on at number 10. But Richie Mo'unga, he should be the All Blacks' go-to guy as the fly-half, as number 10. Especially if they can have the guy settle into the position to have him primed for the Rugby World Cup next year. So other points of consideration. So the tackle of Darcy Swain on Quinn Tupaea, I think that, in my opinion, Darcy Swain should be cited and should be punished with a 4-match suspension. A guy like Quinn Tupaea, who's a young promising player, to receive a tackle like that to his leg, the player could have his knee ligaments damaged and it could set him back for his career. So I hope that World Rugby sanctioned Darcy Swain heavily for this, because it's not a very good thing. It's very unfair to a guy like Quinn that is on the receiving end from a tackle like this. It could impact his career very negatively going forward. And the other point to consider is the issue with the French referee, Mr. Matthieu Raynal. So we all know this is the major talking point of this game, where many people feel that the Wallabies were robbed of this victory, a very good comeback victory. But Bernard Foley, he took a bit too long, and the the All Blacks received a scrum to them, and from that scrum they managed to win the game. So guys, if you're like me and you watch this game and you enjoy this game, to me this was one of the best test matches I've watched in a very long time. It was a beautiful game to watch. It was a very good advertising for rugby in general, and also placed New Zealand and Australia on the radar once again, as always, as potential dark horses for the upcoming Rugby World Cup. The question is, did the All Blacks manage to plaster over all the cracks? Will their cracks reappear once again? Only time will tell, but I can definitely say that this Australian team, they are on the up and up, and they are definitely a team to watch in next year's Rugby World Cup. So guys, yeah, that is my points that I picked up during this game. What is your points that you picked up during this game? What was your feeling about this game? What's your opinion about the French referee? Comment in the comment section, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys on my next video.